So I met with Obi, the chairman, who has got big ambitions. We can see got a nice big training ground here, training facility. 2 years ago, we were competing against Saltley, where I was coach at Tipton Town, and realised the massive potential that he's got and the players that are here. Very good players that with a bit more nurturing, I think we can push on and step up into a higher division. Maybe take a year or two where we build it, but we're going to start with foundations today on the first day of pre-season and then push the club on. So the first season is about building. So we're looking at setting expectations with the players. We're aiming for top 4 minimum. That's what we want. So we need to add players to the group. We'd like to go on a few cup runs. So we've entered 3 different cups, which is good, such as the JW Hunt Cup, Birmingham Vars. We have the League Cup as well, and the Smedley. So we really want to compete against better teams and show how we play and what our system's like, and compete to push on up the league this season, and then hopefully next season be competing to try and win the league. So we've got a current crop of players that have already been in the squad from last season, around 14 or 15, and we have about 8 or 9 coming in. So bringing players that I've worked with before, players that have reached out to me, and what the aim is to get a strong squad together. And it's not about replacing players, it's about building together and having a nice big squad where we can rotate into different cup games, league games, and then, like I've mentioned a few times, about all of us as a unit pushing on together and growing together. So it's getting the fundamentals right first of all. We need to make sure we're organised, we have committed players, we're arriving at grounds on time, and getting all those fundamentals that are really important to non-league football. We're then going to build a team, start bringing players in, such as today in pre-season, implement our system on how we want to play football, and then once we have that sort of strong unit as a team, we can then progress and build further, whether that's adding players, removing players, or keeping the same set of players. The aim is to then push up on in the league. So as a player, I was used to very much a direct style of football, let's say, but the way I coach and manage is completely the opposite. What we like to do is play through the thirds, look at implementing the system, making sure we have our set pieces right, and really giving that attention to detail to players. We use VO for the analysis. We constantly review our style of play, and the coaching team are on board as well. So it's not just my vision, if you want to call it that. It's the assistant manager and the coaches that are on board. So it's a joint way of playing football that enables us to then progress the team and progress the club further up the league table. I think as managers, a lot of people say treat people the same, but I don't necessarily believe in that. I believe everyone has to have the same standards, but you have to treat each player individually. Some players like to be loved, some players like to be, let's say, motivated in different ways, maybe a bit of not shouting, but of a bit of a talking to. So it's treating each individual player as their own individual person. And then what that does, it creates a good culture. So by having a good culture, everyone then buys into the same culture, and you all then push on together as a team. So to motivate them as well, it's all about attention to detail. I think giving players as much information as they can, so when they turn up on a match day, they know exactly what the expectations are, and that then should help them grow and be better players.